Good evening. Of course, we are very proud of our work, of our way in Champions League this year, of our work last year getting to be in Champions League. And in Premier League, it's very difficult to get Champions League side because there are a lot of teams, strong teams, being favorite or contender. But it's very important how we are getting it, how we are here, and where we started doing this way. And of course, now we enjoy the way. And today was a fantastic day because the atmosphere was fantastic. The fans, they were excited as well, very motivated. It was a very good match, European match against Celtic last one. And then in 90 minutes, more or less, we played a really brilliant match, control of the game. The first half, when we were 2-0, we were really feeling very comfortable and confident. But we lost. I don't know why. We lost a little bit our idea in moments like that to keep the ball possession longer, stop the opponent, don't let them to have chances to recover their opportunities to be in the match. And when we draw when we finished the first half in the dressing room, I was speaking. I can't understand why we are not being strong in our mentality when we started fantastic to try to play 90 minutes. Because with 2-0, 90 minutes to play is try to continue being demanding in everything we were doing. Because if you are lost in some moments the respect for the opponent, in Premier League, in Champions League, of course, the opponent, they can change completely the result or come back the result like they were trying to do. But the second half, again, we started like I want. Controlling of the game, doing passes, getting good positioning, respecting the opponent, and progressively we were creating chances. And I was so calm the second half. The first half I finished a little bit upset with the players, but really they respond fantastic the second half, and we played then consistent the second half, dominating, avoiding their option to get our box. We didn't concede long ball position of them, and I think, of course, this is the way we are building here, and this is the way we did last year when we were in a row winning at home 15 matches. And of course, this is again our objective: try to be consistent and try to be demanding and try to be, as well, in our idea and style strong.
Before and during the match, there's been a lot of speculation around your two forwards and Jhon and Watkins. Durán being linked with a move away to Saudi, Watkins being subject to a bid from another team. Can you just clarify their situations, especially Durán, because it looked like he was saying goodbye to them?
The club is working, and we have to be intelligent and competitive. And of course, when we are developing players and increasing our objective, increasing our target, getting it, playing in Champions League, of course, we are in the eyes for another strong team, so another strong countries like or leagues like in Arabia, and it's something as well I can feel proud of it, because they are improving. We are having players interesting for another clubs, and as well paying good money for us. But of course, our objective here is to keep our structure intelligently, because we want to be in the sports side in the level we are. And to keep it for a long time is the most difficult challenge we have. And of course, sometimes we have to do it, maybe selling some players, but as well trying to change other players then with the good players as well, trying to develop them here and to continue improving always. And I don't know exactly until everything is done if Jhon Durán is leaving or not. But if he's leaving, it's good news for us. Because they are paying good money, because it's good for him, because as well we develop one young player in 2 years getting this offer. And this is one thing, it's not only for the club, it's the club, the players, and the team. Those three circumstances can be positive for maybe an minimum for two. Club, the player, and the team. I didn't respond you, but I don't know if he's going to leave or not.
Not done.
Can you say categorically that Ollie Watkins won't be sold in the next week?
No, si Ollie Watkins va a ser vendido.
I don't want. But it's good news to have an offer for another clubs. It's good. Or interest is good. But I don't want. Of course, we want to keep our sport objective through the player we have in the squad. And of course, every player can be as well in the market in case is good for the player, for the club, and for the team. But to get this deal, of course, we are going to be very demanding as well. And Watkins is our striker.
You know, how frustrating is it that for the second week running, ahead of a big European game, these stories have come out just before kick-off? I mean, how frustrating is that for the manager of the squad?
¿Está disgustado que saliera a la luz la posible oferta por Watkins antes del partido?
And then for me, it doesn't matter. Because if it is, we have to accept it. But the most important, how respond the player in the field, is the most important. And of course, the team, we are with a lot of speculation around the players in the squad. But they are showing us they are mature and responsible. And today we were with a lot of players out for different circumstances, overall for injured players. But, for example, we are not speaking about Camara's match today as a central back. Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Maybe is the next player they can call us on teams to try to sign him. Maybe because he's playing fantastic. And it's good for us as well.
How much of an achievement, though, for the first European at this level since 1983 to get through to the round of 16? I mean, that is a colossal achievement.
We started speaking about the possibility to play in the top 8 after we won against Bayern Munich at home. And as well, we were being demanded in that moment. If we won Young Boys, Bayern Munich, and we have 6 points now, we have to try to set as well this ambitious objective. Not being contender, but being as well with the possibility to get it. And last week when we lost against Monaco, I was very upset. And I was thinking, I was not positive about it. But then progressively, because another team as well, it's not easy for them as well to win. And after the result on Wednesday, okay, it's not in our hands, but if we are winning, the possibilities is increasing. And we got it, and of course, very happy. We are going to avoid 2 matches, but something is better to play. Because you are playing, competing, and you can as well show your capacity, your potential. The players as well, they are playing. But as well sometimes, and I am accepting it as a first priority, is to try to get the last 16 directly. And of course, in Champions League, we are not contender to win at the end, but we want to enjoy, we want to compete, we want to be protagonists, we want to as well to show our capacity. And this is the most important objective I have with the players here in Champions League.
¿Cómo ha jugado el Celtic?
Good. More or less, the expectation we have with them was like they played. And they were as well, competing very well. After we started very good, they drove the match. But the second half, we dominated again, and we were more or less imposing, pushing, controlling of the game, doing good passes, getting good positioning, and being more in their box. And of course, through it, we beat them.
You said about paying good money for a player, obviously Durán. Is it just the sense that it's too good to turn down the size of the offer for the player?
With Jhon Durán, you know more or less everything we were speaking here, or my opinion about him. He's a fantastic player, fantastic potential young player. I was always trying to get him with my advice for everything. I was so close to him, trying to work with him in his development. But as well, the player, they have their objective, they have their ambition, sometimes they are impatient. And in case he is leaving, it's because he prefers to do another way in his career.
He has to leave. He has to leave.
He has to leave.
Has he asked to leave?
Se ha pedido irse.
If he's leaving, of course, it's because he wants.
He's agreed. We are not sending him without his agreement.
I told you last week here, I wanted him here. Just the match after Sunday after West Ham match we played here. I told you, I want him here. But what does he want?
Unai, does it disappoint you that he's given up the Champions League in the last 16 to go to Saudi?
No sé, te decepciona así que Jhon se quiera ir de equipo de Champions. Creo que hay que cortar ya.
We are everybody people, different person, different objective. We have to respect.
But Unai, if he is to leave, as you mentioned with Diego Carlos,
Guys, with all my respect, we just won Celtic and we are taking some questions about the market, but we are just after the Celtic match. The deal is not done, and I think that we can be round and round and round these questions, but we have to stop about the market, please. I ask with all my respect, guys, okay?